This is what happened while you were sleeping, dreaming of family and friends gathering for the upcoming holiday season. Yet another treasonous move from our corporatized politicians and their New World Order agendized act of war against the American people. Act of war against the American people?
Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor.
Come on. Well, I'll explain why. But first, how destructive is the 2,242-page omnibus package led by Obama sycophant Paul Ryan? Breitbart reports. Representative Paul Ryan's first major legislative achievement is a total and complete sellout of the American people, masquerading as an appropriations bill. Obama's unconstitutional 2012 amnesty for hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens continues to warm the federal printing presses with work permits and federal benefits. Meanwhile, the tax-paying middle class will be cannon fodder for the unconstitutional Obamacare penalties that have doubled since last year.
I intend to keep this promise. If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan.
Breitbart continues. Obama's executive action, known as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, has granted around 700,000 illegal aliens with work permits, as well as the ability to receive tax credits and federal entitlement programs. Regardless of the fact that a promising 32-year-old American woman was gunned down in broad daylight in San Francisco as a result of the failed policies of the revolving door allowing criminals to return to sanctuary cities, Ryan is rewarding these sanctuary cities with a heap of federal grants. Division B, Title II of Ryan's Omnibus funds various grant programs for the Department of Justice, pages 167, 168, and 169, and contains no language that would restrict the provision of such grants to sanctuary jurisdictions. And now that slippery act of war against the American people. Obama and the CIA's blatant involvement, completing the Eurasian grand chessboard strategy domination and the one world superpower promotion of American primacy as a means to transition America and the entire globe into a new world order hellhole is hardly a secret. And if all of that sounds like hogwash to you, well, ignorance is bliss, because stupidity is obviously how you self-identify. But for the rest of the awakening Americans frustratingly coming to terms with the coup that has truly occurred in our highest levels of government, a jihadi war is being brought to our shores by the very tax dollars we sweat and toil over. Congress had widely supported Texas Representative Brian Babin's proposal to halt all refugee settlement until logical agreements and protections could be made to protect the American people. But Ryan steamrolled right over the majority of Americans' concerns. Breitbart reports, Division H, Title II of Ryan's bill contains appropriations of the Department of Health and Human Services and contains no language that would restrict the program. Nor are there any restrictions for the program in Division K of Ryan's bill, which provides funding for the Department of State, which oversees refugee admissions. Senator Jeff Sessions was livid.
They sent us to Washington. They sent us here, the people did, to protect their interest, to protect the people's interest, to ensure the defense of their families, and to advance the common good, the public interest. They did not send us here to bow down to the president's lawless immigration policies, nor to line the pockets of special interest in big business. This omnibus bill approves the president's request for increased refugee admissions, allowing him to bring in as many refugees as he wants, and he can bring them from anywhere he wants, and allow them access to unlimited welfare and entitlements at the taxpayer expense, which is not scored as a cost. Under this bill, it will ensure that at least 170,000 green cards, that means permanent residency with a guaranteed path to citizenship, refugee and asylee approvals will be issued to migrants from Muslim countries just over the next 12 months.
So here's a lump of coal come early for Christmas. Criminal aliens will continue to resettle in America. H-2B visas will quadruple and replace American workers with cheap foreign labor in America. Defense and non-defense spending will be increased by $25 billion. The 700-mile border fence Americans were promised has been gutted, and all of this is irreversible once it passes sometime after midnight tonight. As we approach the midnight hour and the dawn of a complete New World Order enslavement system, it may already be too late. John Bound for Infowars.com.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there was a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere, and that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.